Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, I hope you've been having a good week. I understand it's hump day, but, well, that's the good part. It's a double-edged sword of it. And, so, we all know that there's and speaking of double-edged swords, someone is lying to you, even though that's not the right idiom for it, but but there is someone in your realm that is lying to you here. We're gonna and who and it just applies to whoever resonates with it. They are trying they're just trying to save face for some weird reason. Someone in your life is lying to you. Now, again, this is entertainment purposes only. This is not to create any hysteria, nor to make anybody like agitated. And, oh my god, and just like get them scared of from everyone who's associated with them. No, not everybody. It's just who do you think it might imply is what I'm saying. Again, this is entertainment purposes only. I am not responsible for any actions that my audience does, but I know my audience they're very, very strong, smart, enlightened, beautiful people. So I hope you chose your pile. We're gonna get on to pile number 1 here, and before that, all of this, let's all ease into all this. Let's all ease in. Pile number 1, how are you? So, who is lying to you? An imposter in our midst. So, what do we see here? Friendliness, projections, oh, okay, maturity, moment to moment, awareness, experiencing. Okay. So, schizophrenia. Oh. So, thus far, I mean, this person, this kind of gives me of someone who is I would say either a friend, not exactly a friend, but like a family member. At least in my opinion, at least from what I'm seeing, this person comes off as very, very clever. Even very friendly. Like they don't necessarily come across as very harsh. They're very close to you, and they support you in some cases. However, this person does project a lot, and they might come off as mature. They might seem mature, but the fact that they project a lot obviously is very someone who is not very mature. Actually, not mature at all, because they are just like either in denial or projecting something, and this is and you are starting to become aware of this, and because this they've been giving you all these experiences. You've had good experiences and some bad experiences, but this person is coming across as like very trustworthy and very like it wouldn't shock me if this is also an acquaintance and you don't really know of them. But the thing is that they might have schizophrenia, you might have it, or they're trying to like cause this panic, because I think because even though they come off as friendly, these projections really kind of make you I wouldn't necessarily say schizophrenic, but most definitely panic. You might start having panic attacks, whether if it's nervousness or just like some weird like energy that they carry. Yeah, they carry themselves to be a very nice and friendly person, but at the same time they're not exactly that. They might be mature, they might be friendly, but we need more. Just jump in. Inner Earth. Okay. Lost Lands. The Courageous Peony. Whale and Orca Elders. We Are the Hathors. Perspective. This person was someone that you just, and this is kind of funny here, but you see over here, jump in and friendliness. They jumped in. This might have been someone you jumped in a relationship with, or jumped into immediate friendship with, whether if it was when you were young or someone recent, and you just instinctively, blindly trusted this person. You just took it all for granted because they came across as friendly, and that's very much what you were. And it wouldn't, not what you were, but you're a very friendly person, and you were looking for some sort of like a friendly companion of any sort. Again, friendship, acquaintanceship, serious relationship, all sorts. However, if you like, and they came across as this very loving and purifying person. But after you've been having these sorts of experiences, you had to put everything in perspective. And the thing is that not everything was as what they seemed. Because when you start looking for perspective, you realize that a lot of the stuff that they were saying, especially the rash and brash stuff that they were saying, were ultimately projections. And this person, I'm seeing like, especially Lost Lands. This person has is very disconnected, or maybe not disconnected, but more so doesn't have a fluent connection or has no connection to family. So they come from a very dysfunctional family sort of thing here. And I'm not justifying their behavior or anything, but this person comes from either dysfunctional or like a lost family. And the thing is that even though that's really, really hard on you also have to put that in perspective as well, on how that could be a huge detriment to them. And they might have to, lying is probably in their nature. I mean, like, especially since their whole life was a lie. I mean, that's all they know. If that's you grow up with the language that you speak, even if it's horse feathers or BS. I just don't want to say the slur. But you know what I'm trying to say here. There are fluent speakers of projection. These people come across as very, very narcissistic, and of course they're going to be lying to you because they don't want to show you what they truly are. And it's like they're not lying to you because they have something to hide. You know what I mean? Some people just lie because, again, that's the only language they speak. And it can be a narcissist. It can be someone who's very who comes from, as we said, someone who's lost lands, who basically just was a misfit, and someone who just, like, life was just not very kind to, so they have to make some sort of like Cloud9 fantasy in their head to make it feel better, because that's how they just push through life. So even though they're lying to you, they're ultimately lying to themselves. They're just lying to you by proxy. They're escaping from something, and that is depressing, and you don't deserve to go through that, of course. I mean, but that doesn't mean that they need to rope-a-dope you into their nonsense and make you part of that huge chaos. But the thing is that again, this person might be very moment to moment, and may have this person might also be very, very nice and very open up a lot of knows how to make sure that you kind of like ease down. They're a very intimate, in the moment person. But again, the schizophrenia here, they might suffer through it, or the reason why they're lying to you is because they see something that's not there. and sometimes narcissists do, and I don't mean that they're schizophrenic in like the medical diagnosis, but they see things in a plenty of ways in the way that they want it to be, not exactly in the way it actually is. Now, it's okay to see things the way you want them to be and have that as a goal, but if you're just sitting around and saying, oh, it is what it is and nothing is changing, and no, you're this, you're that, and they're royalty and they treat you like a peasant, or they speak down to you, or they neglect you or something like that because that's what their happy space is. Well, that's just the language they speak. My audience are very loving. We speak love. We speak a lot of great things. Narcissists speak narcissism. Narcissists speak narcissists. Let me say that again. Narcissists speak narcissist. And empaths speak empath. That's basically what it is. That's just their language. That's the only language in life they know. And it's not exactly every fault of their own. It's just you are an element of your upbringing, and it's unfortunate. All right, Key of Light. Spiritual service. Initiation by water. Okay. Orbs of light. Soul child. Reassurance of the golden light. Earth healing. I'm glad the last part, this one really came out, because the earth healing, because even though they might come across as someone who's doing a spiritual service, or you might be someone who's doing a spiritual service, all these sorts of things. It would not shock me if this is what they portray themselves as, but in reality, it's more so what you are. Now, I'm not saying that they're projecting themselves onto you, or mistaking you for them. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that they come from an extremely dark place, and this is very much what they're in need of. They need spiritual service. They need the key of lights. They need orbs of light. They need earth healing. This person who's lying to you, they're trying to save face because they want to portray themselves as all of these things. But the thing is that, and a lot of people I know that a lot of people don't want to admit that or show that they're weak, or that they need healing of any sort. Whoever's lying to you needs some form of healing, or even some sort of soul searching, and this is whoever you resonates with you, who you may know. But it's unfortunate. They're trying to save face because they want to come across as strong, and they don't want to see themselves as weak. But it wouldn't shock me if this person actually comes from a very abusive background, and when it's all just nothing but bashing and just projections and just these meltdowns and just insecurities, of course that's the only language that they're going to speak. But they're hiding something. They're hiding their insecurities from you. So of course, Celestial Teacher, Sacred Journey, Celebration, Emotions, Self-worth, Integrity, and Walk Your Truth. So you are a celestial teacher. I know this is about them, but the fact that you're a celestial teacher, this is something that they need to do, or something that if you have the time and energy to do, then it would absolutely help them, because this person may be I think this person is not this person. This person is pretty much celebrated, and if they're not celebrated, they need celebration. Everything about them is just wrecked. They don't know their self-worth. But that doesn't mean that you don't need to know your own self-worth, pile number one. You need to walk your truth and do what's best for you. And the reason why they're just they're weak. They're very, very weak. They're very vulnerable. They're extremely abused, but the thing is that you should not... People need to understand this. And I don't want to play a psychiatrist here, but abuse is inherited. Whenever we're abused by someone, they've been abused by it. And it's just it's just passing that torch. You pass on the good stuff about people pass on the good stuff, they also pass on the bad stuff. But and a lot of bad stuff has been handed to this person. Well, that doesn't mean that you need to carry it, but just they're scared. There's a lot of fear in this person. I hope you liked that reading, pile number one. We're going to go on to pile number two. Pile number two, how are you? So, who's lying to you? Who's trying to save their behind? Let's actually do that again. Again, this is not to paranoid anybody. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Turning in laziness, the burden. Ooh, okay. Isolation. Lots of intensity. There's starting to be there's a pattern here. Change. Understanding. Turning in laziness, the burden, isolation. Who's lying to you? Someone that was very much like this to you. They were very lazy. They were very much a burden. Sure they were like, they had their good side. Of course, everybody has a good side. But this person, I guess, came across as a very entitled, lazy person, whether they're a friend or someone that you were in a relationship with, or you just had a quick acquaintanceship and you're just wondering who is this new acquaintance, or who is this friend, friend of a friend, this, that, and the other. I mean, but this is about like who's lying to you. This person is, by the looks and sounds of it, is a very young soul. Very, very young soul. So young that, gets a burden. They're like, and they come across as lazy and isolation. Ugh, this is someone who has mommy or daddy issues. Like, really, really, really. Because the thing is that this is one thing what I've learned about people with those things, because I knew somebody who was like this. It was an ex friend of mine, and he very much was how should I say this? He came across very much as a mama's boy. Now, even though he was like saying that he hated his mom and how narcissistic she was and all these awful things I don't want to get into, he still kind of like hides behind it. But the thing is that he feels isolated, he feels isolated, and he comes across as lazy. And I don't mean lazy as in terms that like he doesn't want to do anything, but the thing is that he's not gonna go above, far and beyond his comfort zone, and he is not gonna protect you in the way you protect him. And a lot of people who were abused or isolated or neglected tend to be this way. They tend to be lazy because they're always looking for someone. They're not used to being forced to grab themselves up by the bootstraps and having them be something that can be strong. This person has been belittled, like to the point where they just have given up. And even though they want the lifestyle of someone who doesn't who hasn't given up, they feel isolated. They're a huge burden, because the thing is that they're basically trying to make you, or at least they come across as someone, you making up for their parents' mess ups, basically. And they understand that they see that you're a very understanding person, and it wouldn't shock me if they want you to help them change. But the thing is that even though they want the outcomes to change, they're scared to change themselves, because the thing is that when you suffer through like a neglect or isolation or something like that, you do become a burden on others, because you're very dependent. You're dependent on because whenever someone inherits like those abusive, like, you're not going to be anything, you're not getting this, or they've been pampered their entire lives and they never needed to work, or even though they did, but they just never needed to, like, there's no like survivor skills because their parents were narcissistic, or they had family members that were like going all on power trips. Now by proxy they become useful, or not even useful idiots, more like useless. They try to become useful, but the thing is that their entire lives they've been told that there's no use, and they grew up, they probably, I can't say, I'm not speaking for everybody, but they might come across as someone who grew up very wealthy, not needing any survivor skills, not needing anything, and just being told, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here, sort of thing. So they feel very belittled, and ergo, they're very dependent. Now, I do want to say that I'll say this. That just reminded me of a skit from Women Don't Like Nice Guys, a 1990s Chris Rock skit, and he said, if you want to know how if a man is, how a man is, or how a man is going to treat you, just check out his relationship with his mother. And that goes for everybody. If they have mommy issues or daddy issues, how they treat that parent is exactly how they're going to treat you. So this person has a very neglectful, a very narcissistic background. Ergo, this person it comes across as extremely weak and dependent. Your life is a canvas. Okay. Child of the cosmos. All paths lead home. Starkeeper. I remember. Harith. Earth pulsing. This person, it would not shock me if this is once upon a time a partner, a significant other, or a bestie, or a friend, or something like that, who basically wants you to be back part of your life, but they don't want to admit. So they might be and I'm not saying that they don't want you back or anything, but this person is lying to you in terms of a lot of stuff. Is, oh yeah, everything's just fine. Things are just about the same, if not better than without you. That kind of like turns my head. That would make me turn my head slightly a little and then raise my eyebrow. It's like, are you sure about that? Huh? What's going on here? The thing is that in Child of the Cosmos, this person, even though no matter what or who they are or how old they are, comes across as a child, very immature, very again, dependent or codependent, and not wanting to build up, just stay where they are. This person is just trying to find a way not to be alone. So even though they're lying to you and saying that they're fine without you, or your work's going just fine, they portray themselves as the thing that they're totally not. And a lot of people do that, even if they're not narcissists, because we don't want to come across, if it's one thing that people don't want to be seen as, it's weak, defenseless. And I know my ex-friend, that even though he doesn't want to think himself as that way, or if he doesn't want to be that, he absolutely is. A lot of people who act like this, who act upon their insecurities, who come across as burdens and all this, and might come across as lazy, are the ones who will lie to your face because they don't want to admit that they have any weaknesses. This is one thing about strong people and one thing about weak people. Strong people, or just like a lot of even empaths and narcissists, a lot of people who have strong souls, strong personalities, say, yeah, I have this, and I'm working on it. It's gonna take a little while, but I know this flaw about me. Others just hide it and say, no, there's nothing wrong. No, don't worry about it. Here, go on ahead. And they find ways to distract you, whether if it's taking you out, or give you money, or give you some extra attention, just so that way that they come across as somebody who is strong. They're not. And I know lots of people who are like that, and you just, it's upsetting. Family of light. Second ray of wisdom. Cosmic heart, cosmic Christ. Master healing. Seventh ray of ritual order and ceremony. Trust in the plan. Life path. This person didn't really have that much of a... This is exactly what they're looking for. And it's funny how it started off with family of light, and the first word is family. This is something that they didn't have. They didn't have a family, or if it was a very highly dysfunctional one, to the point where it's like they might as well just never had one. But the thing is that, and they want to come across as wise. They want to come across as this very structured person. But the thing is that what they need to do, in my honest opinion, I know this is a reading of for you, pile number 2, but for them, they come they kind of come across as someone, you know how they say, oh well, you need Jesus in your life, or you need this in your life. It's like, as preachy and stupid as that sounds, in some cases people do, whether if it's regardless of what the religion is, regardless of what the religion is. This person needs inner healing. This person needs inner peace. And they're lying to you. They're lying to you to basically show that that they don't need any of this. But do you know what? This is good news here. They're on a life path, and you see with the life path, how the way bottom, it's they're babies. That's exactly what they are. And it's not because, well, it could be a hybrid of things. They're either extremely young souls, or they have been babied their entire lives, and now they're just starting to understand, even though they are like grown, basically overgrown children, that they need to have this sort of life path. And even though they say that they are on a life path, they kind of are not. So this person, whoever's lying to you, is going through a lot of destruction, or not going through a lot of destruction. They're trying to heal from a lot of destruction. That's what I meant to say. And a lot of broken people, and a lot of people who grow up in dysfunctional backgrounds come across as that, because they never needed any help. They were always coddled in some way, shape, or form. Sure, they may have been neglected, but they didn't need to worry about anything. They didn't need to worry about financial issues. They didn't need to worry about, to certain extents they did, but I don't know. This is a pickle. I would go on a little bit more, but we need to go on to the next pile in a bit. Worlds within worlds. Be still. Time out. Limitless. Believe. Shine. Your free spirit. A lot of this is exactly what they need to do, but I swear it's so much easier said than done. The worlds within worlds, be still. How can you be still when all of this stuff, I mean, like, they can be still. I mean, like, because laziness and all. But in terms of, like, karmic and psychological ways, and I'm not a psychiatrist, nor am I giving any psychological advice. Console with your doctor, please. If that's the case, I'm not responsible for any of this. And again, this is all for entertainment. This person needs to time out and step back. Or maybe you should just, if you're associated with this person, maybe you should time out. Maybe since they're the ones who are being a burden on you, it's best if you just let go entirely. I mean, that's what I had to do. And you know what? The emotions, the thing is that I started to believe in myself, and it's a lot more freeing when you this person who's lying, when you have this person lying to you, trying to be part of your life or maintain their relationship with you. Now again, I'm not saying that this person is lying out of because they're a jerk. They're lying out of survival, and again, that's just the language they speak. Their life was a lie, ergo that's what they will speak. They'll speak lying. But that doesn't mean that you need to deal with that. So, yeah, that's upsetting. I'm sorry that they are, but you don't need that in your life. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go into pile number 3. I hope you liked that pile number 2. That was fun. Pile number 3. Yeah. Oh, I said I was lying to you. I'm lying to you and telling you the truth. Why are they trying to save face to you? That is just a disgrace. I would go higher, but I would have to be very loud for that, because so, but let's going with the flow. The source, trust, receptivity, okay, conditioning, stress, slowing down. Who's lying to you? I want to say that this is a relationship or something like that, but I honestly think that this is more like a family member. Like more so like or possibly a significant other, like someone who is not just a friend that you used to know, but I'm leaning more towards like a parent or a significant other, someone that is like a huge source for you, whether if it's your happiness or your information, someone that you have a lot of trust in, and you've just been going, and they just have you go with the flow in life. They help make your life a lot easier. They help make your life all this. But also, if you look at the last three here, going with the flow, the source, trust, receptivity. But then you have conditioning. This is someone who comes across as very resourceful, but they're kind of conditioning. But they kind of have like this side to them that they're conditioning you to trust them. So all of these first four traits that's kind of like what they're doing. So this person comes across as like this very narcissistic, basically having you be basically having them be your source of whatever. And it's causing a lot of stress, and it slows things down because it's starting to be stressful, and you're starting to slow down because all of these sources, and you're just going with the flow with this person who's lying to you. This person who's lying to you is I wouldn't say that they're rich or anything, but they make life seem very, very, very easy. Very easy. Like effortless. And they kind of like want, sort of like may or may not have wanted you to be part of like that easiness of life. But in regards, normally when people are saying, "Oh, I've got the source," and they're just going with the flow and being receptive with you, or you're being receptive to them. There's something really dark going on with them, because they're losing some sort of trust or some sort of source. So they're losing all of these from someone else, whether if it's a significant other, a family member. This person is going to you because they're trying to have you replace something or someone in their life, or that they're trying to get over, or something. I'm not saying that you're just like a substitute or anything. They're trying to like make erase this seems like someone who has a lot of baggage on them and has a lot of remorse, and so they're trying to start from the ground floor some way, shape, or form. Activated Earth. The Great Severing. Oh, okay. Portal. Water your garden. Karmic relationships. Whoa. Okay. Surrender to the sweetness. Baby steps. Wow. What puzzles me is that there's the Great Severing and Portal. So this person, whoever's lying to you, is trying to destroy something from their past, because they're trying to escape a reality, whether if it's a reality of their past that keeps reappearing, or a past that it's just something that they might want to make amends of some sort. They're either trying to escape or trying to replace something in their past, or someone in their past, or possibly even present. Who know? So they might be luring you in to basically have them escape. They're saying, "Hey, why don't you escape with me?" But they're trying to find reasons to use you as an excuse to escape from their current situation. So even though this person is saving face, that's what I meant to say. They're saving face for survival, and they see you as very much as the savior. Yeah, and again, nobody wants to outright say. I said this in the previous pile, but nobody wants to outright say that there's a problem, especially if this is a male figure. A lot of men don't want to outright say that there's something going wrong, because the thing is that men are biologically programmed to be the guardian, to be the protector, to be one of the provider, a provider, or at least contribute to providing all that kind of stuff. This person is just desperate, and I'm not saying they're trying to get you off the rebound or something, but there's something extremely dark that they're dealing with, and they see you as that escape. They see you as that portal, which is very flattering, I would say, for you, pile number 3. And the thing is that it's, even though it says surrender to the sweetness, they might they're trying to kind of like that's something that you should not do, in my opinion. I mean, be sympathetic and maybe empathic towards them if you share any of those traits, but I wouldn't outright say just like outright surrender yourself to them, because that is a serious recipe for disaster. But I would take baby steps with this person. It's like, okay, they're lying to you, but you should kind of understand. You should kind of ask why they are lying to you. But I mean, like, there's right now. I mean, I basically did that. I basically did that expose. I already. If you want to take it that way, and if it's not enough, if you want to go deeper down that rabbit hole, I mean, like, whatever. I don't encourage it because that's just gonna cause even more complications. But that's just me. Again, this is just entertainment purposes. I am not giving out any advice on how to handle any personal or private matters. This is just, why are they lying to you here? Fourth ray of harmony. Initiation by air. Okay. Dark night of the soul. Ooh. Divine grace, the law of efficiency. Fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. Past life activation. Ooh, okay. Ascension, the rainbow bridge. Oh, okay. Let's play a bit of devil's advocate here. Or maybe not, that's not probably the right term, but let's give this person the benefit of the doubt here. Dark night of the soul, that's what they're coming from. This person comes from a dark realm, whether if it's that's who they're associated with, or that's what their job requires, that's what their whatever, all that kind of stuff. The thing is that they're trying to look for harmony, and they're trying to look for a lot of this light. And the thing is that past life activation and ascension, the rainbow bridge. What's funny is that even though this person is lying to your face, and they're trying to find ways to better themselves in some way, shape, or form. But again, they're not going to outright say, hey, I need help, I need your assistance, and I need this and I need that. Because, I mean, like, again, this person comes across as very narcissistic, or they're just, like, extremely guarded. And, but the thing is that just because they're lying to your face and saying that everything is fine, doesn't mean that they're basically saying that it's not. It doesn't mean that that's not what they want from you to help them with. You know what I mean? So, like, let's say it's like, okay, maybe they don't want you for one thing, at least as they say, but they could want you for something different, which is like, and I don't mean like in terms of like money or whatever, but more so your time, your energy. I mean, you have a very loving and healing essence, and this person might come across as someone who is just abused and is just very, just wants to, they just want to have a change of scenery, a change of heart. So, I mean, but again, they don't want to if a man has his masculinity all torn out, they don't want to admit that. And this person is very, very tortured. This person could or could not may or may not suffer through disabilities. No disrespect. I do myself. They're more so lost than they are weak, it seems like, because they could be very strong. They could be what they see themselves as. They just don't know how to be that. And but they just don't want to admit that at all. I was thinking this is more of like an egotist narcissist who will never admit their faults, but it's just like, I don't know. I may have misspoken on that from earlier in the reading, but let's see here. Mother Earth. New chapter. Okay. Unconditional love. Compassion. Move forward. Golden crown. Strength. Even though they are saving face and lying to you, this is exactly what they want. They want to be connected to Mother Earth. They want to be connected to the source, and they want to start a new chapter. They want to be with someone who has unconditional love, and someone who's very understanding, very compassionate, and has strength. They need strength, some form of strength inside of them, because they just are not. And I'm not saying that they're inherently that way, but it's just they see that you're very strong, pile number 3, and they need that in their lives. Now, I'm not saying to cave to their needs, because they need to cave to your needs as well. I mean, like, it has to be a team thing. But this person might come across as someone who doesn't need much. Well, just like it's just like commercials. Like, do you think that burger that you see, that burger commercial that you see, nice, big, thick, and juicy, is that what it's like when you actually buy that same thing? No. I mean, I haven't eaten in this place for like decades, but I don't know how long, but years, possibly decades. Do you know, like, in McDonald's, how they make the Big Mac look so huge and all well done and all perfect, but then you go and then it looks like a sloppy mess when you finally buy it, and it's like, it's not what they perceive them as. That's the thing. This person is promoting themselves to be a lot more fine off than they actually are. And do you know what? If they come to you for guidance, if they come to you for whatever, it's just they're lying because they're scared. That's all it is. It's just fear. Because especially if someone it comes from someone has high status, or whatever status. It doesn't need to be like high status, low status, whatever. Nobody wants to be seen as weak. especially if it's a man. Well, I don't know. There are some people who, I don't know. I think to each their own. But no. So that's what it is. And you know what? It's just out of they're not lying to you because they're a piece of work or like a POS. It's just fear. And fear of something. Well, that's not your problem, pile number 3. Thank you so very much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked your reading. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so the echoes